Good weather. Happy good weather. Happy good weather. Happy good weather. That's a lot of noise. That's a lot of noise, right? That's a lot of noise. That's an ambulance. I'm hanging out over here. This is the Bronx. Doing my thing today. You know, I want to say something, right? I want to really speak on the topic that I always think is important to speak on. The things that we do with ourselves, how we move, how we manifest ourselves, and the things that we do and the things that we think about. Every day, every day we have to depict ourselves and move in a way where you can't think you better than anybody else, but we can be better with ourselves, right? Now, how I depict life is so much chaos is going on. How can you not but make a story out of it, right? Because this is what YouTube is all about. It's about building. I feel like YouTube is about building up yourself and pushing forward and doing great things. Now, if we want to get ahead, right? I feel like my depicted life means the everyday thing that you do every day to make things better for you and yourself. All right? That's what it's about. It's about pushing forward to do great things. That's what it's about. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't make it because you can make it. Don't let nobody tell you you can't do good in school because you can. All right? The first rule among all is self-love. When you got self-love, you got everything going for you. Self-love means love you first. Love yourself first. Don't love everybody else before yourself, right? God first and then you, right? Some people don't believe in God, and I think I came across the threshold that this is the biggest, this right here is talking about this is a real big talk. It's basically talking about a lot of people have forsaken God, right? Or they've forsaken themselves from God. And they say, well, I don't believe in God no more. Why? Because things be happening. They be going through stuff, you know. They be going through stuff. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah, they be going through stuff. You know, they get into a situation and they think God is still going to be there. One way or another, God is going to answer your prayer. You know what I mean? And how you do what you do to get things better, it's not fall in line with that. Don't fall in line with the bull crap, with the BS. Because just like you went to school today, right? And you decided to cut class, right? Or you decided to not to go to your job today, right? You know there's a penalty you got to pay for that. And you decided to leave your wife, or you decided to get you a new girlfriend or a new boyfriend, or you drunk and you had a car accident, or you're not living with life. But I want to also say this, right? People don't depict life when people, when we walk, when people are going around and you got 3, 4, 5 partners and people catching herpes, gonorrhea, and all that, and everything like that. And most of the time, people are sick and they didn't even catch the virus. They didn't even catch when we wear the mask on our face. Remember, before we had all of this stuff that they was coming out with, we had herpes complex, we had HIV, we had hepatitis and shit, hepatitis C, all these things that relationships bring you, especially when you don't know how healthy the person is, right? When you don't know how healthy the person is, right? Before you know it, you got a disease, right? And when you got a disease, what happens? Your body starts to deteriorate. And when your body starts to deteriorate, right? There's all kinds of diseases. There's diseases that you never heard about. The doctors don't know everything. There's stuff that they don't even know. They can't even, it's that you can catch that the doctor don't even know how to cure it. Do you know that? Everybody figured the hospital is the key. What the doctor asks you when you first get in there? The first thing they say is, what's wrong with you? Why? Because they don't know what's wrong with you, right? They don't know what's wrong with you. subscribe, like, share, and comment. And share this with a friend, and tell a friend, and tell a friend. But at the end of the day, nah, it's about you and self-value. You need to value. You must value yourself first before you can value anybody else. You have to value yourself first. You come first. The value is within you. How much do you value yourself? How much do you love yourself? When did you start loving yourself? When did you start caring about yourself? No, I'm curious about it. When did you start caring about yourself? What day and what time? When? Because a lot of people, and whoever you may think may need this, please share this with them. But how many times um, have you heard a person wanted to commit suicide, or you didn't hear about it, or you didn't know about nobody committing suicide in a long time? Only time you see committing suicide is when you look online. We never know when a person is going against the grain, or they depressed and they sad and they going through it. Especially the person that does drugs, right? You don't know what they're going through. Because you get to the point where you do so much drugs until you want to commit suicide, until you want to give up your life. That's what they do. Until they want to give up their life, until they want to give up their life, and then they do the drug, right? And then they do the crack and all that. And what that does is keep them messed up. Like, and we all know that, right? We know what crack does. We know what coke does. We know what dope does, right? We know what being violent in the street does, right? And we know what the police job is to do when they get out here to do it. But at the end of the day, like I said again, can you tell me, subscribe and tell me if those within your ears, within your vicinity, from here to you, can you subscribe how much do you love yourself, and tell me what you think self-love is? I would love to hear from you to know what you think self-love is. And I got a lot of new things coming up. So it would be nice to hear from you, commenting, subscribing to me, let me know how your day is going. Because sometimes people just don't care about people. But when you get that person that rarely cares, that raw care, that rare care, when people care, but this one person just cares about everything about you, you get to a point you're like, yo, why don't you just leave me alone? I don't want you to bother me no more. I'm sick and tired of this, right? But you gotta be. But the whole thing about you being sick and tired of it, the whole thing about you being sick and tired of it is doing you, taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? Sometimes people are stupid and sick and ignorant. And they want your attention when they don't even know you. They be wanting your attention, they want the whole world to know who they are. And that's unfair because it's about everybody. It's not just about it's about, this goes to whoever, but I'm saying it's about you. This goes to whoever that might be. You know what I mean? Because when I talk and I speak about topics, I don't talk about the topics as just depicting the person that's just looking at this. I talk about the topics who this fits. If it fits you, and if you feel like this will fit somebody, just send it to them. Share this with the world. Because, I can go, I'm live now, but I like to know more about you, and going live and sharing and exploring the world. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It ain't about nothing else. You know what I'm saying? It's about us moving ahead, moving forward, loving ourselves, caring about ourselves. Don't worry about who don't care about you. Just you care about you. And be careful with these women and these men, because people walking around walking incubators for diseases. Like, I'm going to say that again. People walk around and they be walking incubators. You know what an incubator is? An incubator is when you put a baby in there and it preserves them. Now you're preserving your disease because you're out here getting high, you're out here drinking, you're out here carrying on, and you're having sex with God knows who you're having sex with, and you're young and you don't understand nothing. You don't understand nothing. You ain't been nowhere, you haven't even been nowhere, and some people it be incest. And then you having sex with somebody, and now you got a disease and you can't get rid of. Now you got something you can't get rid of. It's got something, you caught something that the doctor don't know what it is. Now what the doctor does, he gives you all kinds of medicine and pills and pain pills for your disease. But guess what? When the pain goes away, it's in remission. So if you got something, right? If you got something, right? If you got something, right, and you can't explain it, and the doctor can't explain it to you, now you're walking around with something that you never had. You're walking around with something that you never had. And then I look at that as a person that's deaf, dumb, and blind and ignorant. When you deaf, dumb, and blind, and you ignorant, that's what happens. That's what you go through. That's what you get into. That's what you put yourself. That's what you put yourself among. That's what you do to yourself. When you do that to yourself, then not just like you embarrass yourself, but it's part of what you're doing to yourself and your health. So if you care about yourself and you love yourself and you love your health, that's what's important. You got to love you first. Let me tell you something. You come first. You got to understand that. Don't never let nobody tell you you don't come before somebody else. And don't never let nobody else take you out of your cycle. Don't never let nobody else take you out of your way in the things that you're doing to get ahead, to push. And even if you're making mistakes, you got to know you can sit down and get with somebody who can help you fix it. Or somebody that knows more than you. Don't just think you know more than everybody, because we all know something that somebody, there's people out here that know stuff that you probably will never know about. And YouTube don't got everything. YouTube don't have everything in it. You know how YouTube was created? YouTube was created from the people that had ideas, people that talked about things, people that talked about how you get rid of this, how you create this, how you make that, how you build this, how you build that. That's what they talked about. And Google, it wasn't even no YouTube at one time. Then all of a sudden YouTube came about, and then people was putting their information on YouTube, and people was learning something new every day. That's how YouTube came about. So some of y'all don't know how YouTube came about. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying. And some people want to get ahead, and they don't even know how to, they don't even understand how to get ahead and what to do. And they lost. You ever heard of lost sheep? You know, in the Bible, I think it's something about some lost sheep, okay? Little Bo Peep, I lost a sheep. You ever heard of that? Well, that's what a lot of people walking around like lost sheep. Whether they get high, they don't get high, whether they rob it, whatever doing activity or not. A lot of people are confused. All they do is work 9 to 5, and they come back to the block, go wherever they go, and walk around. And most of the time, you think they're doing something important, they're really not. You know, like I said, self-love is that's the first law of the land. Self-love, self-education, because, you know, you can't get it all in school. You're not going to get it all in school. What you going to do when you get out of school? You're going to learn all that in school, calculus, everything. You're going to learn the mathematics and all that. You know what I'm saying? Some of us is Muslims. Some of us is God bodies, 5 sinners. Some of us are other things, right? But at the end of the day, when you look in the mirror, you got to look at yourself. You know why you got to look at yourself? Because you're going to look at yourself every day. When you brush your teeth, and you got to think, what am I going to do today? What's my initial plan for today? You know what I mean? Not tomorrow, but for today. When you're going to go outside and walk through the streets and see what's going on in life. Are you going to meet people for the first time in your life? You're going to do that. And when you do that, sometimes you wake up, you're frustrated with yourself. Why are you frustrated with yourself? Because you don't understand life. Life has a lot. You will never learn everything on life in life. And if you get 80 years old, you're not going to learn everything. You know what you're going to learn? You're going to learn how to conduct yourself in the world, and you're going to learn just so you can survive in this world. Because this world is cold. I'm telling you. Ain't nothing easy about living in this world. Ain't nothing easy about getting it out here in this world. What it's about pushing forward. It's about making it happen, believing in yourself, and going and trying trying to reach goals that you never reached before. So when you reach those goals, so say like you reach a goal, you know how to dance now, you learn some new stuff, you learn some new things. Everybody want to follow your dancing, right? But guess what? Guess what? I got something to tell you. You're gonna lead this world one day, right? What will you have? What would have give a damn? Like my urban, I have a friend named Irving Robinson, right? And he told me, he said, what would it have give a damn if you had ever lived? He's dead and gone now, but he helped me with this guy named Ivan Robinson. He was a bad guy. He was a good guy. He did everything. He was also an inventor. You know, he was the one that he was locked up in Elmira and all these different places. Some things I will never tell you what he said to me because I promised him I would keep certain things secret. I would never tell him, even in his death. But 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 he taught me a lot. What it meant to live, what it meant to care about yourself, what it meant to love yourself. You know, he was a creator. He was an inventor. He invented, I'm going to tell you what he invented. You know, he was the one that started the train things. He said, instead of tokens, how about you swipe? So he showed it to me, but Metro Cost wasn't out yet. And he sent it in. They stole his copyright stuff and all that. He was with a woman and she was living with her. And this guy was an inventor. He invented so many things. He was the one who first made the first Ninja Turtle. Nobody even thought about a cartoon turtle, but he made it. He was the one who made the Ninja Turtle. But no, see, this is what I'm talking about. Unsung heroes. This guy made so many inventions. They took his inventions and took it from him when he was in prison. He died. He was 98. But he helped me with a lot of things. This was my friend. And I introduced him to my father and all that. But at the end of the day, it's going to make a lot of noise right now. You got to hold on. Right? You got to, like I said, you got to be into yourself. It's not about, you got to have a certain way to uphold yourself and to be, you know what I'm saying, to make somebody happy with you. But if you love your significant other, you not try your best, you do it. It's mind over matter. You don't want to do drugs, you don't got to do drugs. You don't want to get out there and steal and rob and everything. Now, when you got children, you still got to, this is why I'm saying learning it still goes on after school. It's not just school you're going to learn in. When you really get out of school, that's when you're really going to learn what living is. Because if you don't know what living is, it's going to take a lot for you to get it and for you to go ahead and push forward in life. So sometimes life can destroy you. Life can have you to the point where you're so messed up. You know? You got to love you first. You got to love you first before anybody else love you. Because if you don't love yourself, ain't nobody going to love you. You know why ain't nobody going to love you? Because people are cold like that. People don't care. People don't give a damn about nobody. So when you care about yourself and you take care of yourself better, guess what happens? People start to respond to you. Oh, she or he keeping himself. Oh, I like how you dance. I like how you wearing your clothes, or whatever, all that, right? And then people start to respond to you. But what you have to do, you know, the ones that didn't look out for you, you got to keep it pushing. You gotta do you. You can't be worried about if this person like what you're talking about or this person is comfortable with what you're saying. Don't worry about that. Just worry about you trying to get ahead and do better in life. And if you ain't gonna do better in life, I told you this world's a cold creep crumb. And we have so many singers and so many actresses and so many people that done passed in this world that we still the ones who still here, like me. I'm talking about life in general. So you know what it is, but with that talk, I bid you good day. I will see y'all later. I'll be back on later to chop it up with y'all some more. But with that note, God bless. Many returns to health and wellness. This is the Food for Thought program show. This is Diamond D's. I'm on your side all the time. Later. Check it out. And check out all of my shows that I got on YouTube. Go check out my list. Go check out my shorts. And give me some likes, some views, some comments, and let me know what you think about my show. Please. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you and your families. And keep pushing. Amen. God bless.